Hello class. In this video, I would like to make a couple of comments regarding the review for college algebra. Okay, this is my view of D2L. This is our course. Whenever you're gonna be in D2L, you need to look for this course. Okay, you're gonna find two, F001 and F002. But most of the information and most of the content will be in this version over here, F001. So for this video, I just want to make comments about this module that I create for you guys, which is Quick Review College Algebra. Okay, so given the situation that we have because of this storm that we experienced in the last few days, the class officially is going to start on Monday, July 15. However, D2L, the course in D2L will be available tomorrow, Thursday, July 11. So one of the things that we might do in these coming days between July 11 and July 14 is just to remember a little bit about college algebra, because it's a good idea to refresh those concepts as you are going to need some of them for or during the development of the calculus course. And that's what I want to mention here in this very short video. So if you click over here, you're gonna go to this module, okay? Let's say that this is module number 0, which is a quick review of college algebra. So you will find a lecture about functions. I mean, all the theory behind functions. What is a function? What is the difference between functions and relations? Okay, how can you identify from the practical point of view when a relation is a function? Okay, and also I include a little bit about of two of the most important transcendental functions, which is the exponential and logarithmic function. So it's just to remind you. So you have that lecture over there. Please go ahead and review the material. Also, I include these notes. You will see that in the structure of our course, always you're going to find something that is going to be called notes. Notes is just a brief summary of the lecture in which I normally present 2 or 3 typical exercises that I solve for you guys. So in that way, you have that backup of exercise that you might need later on when you're going to solve your homeworks or quizzes, or when you're going to make the review for some specific sectional tests. So if you click over there, those notes, as I told you, these notes are for logarithmic and exponential function, have a brief summary with the most important properties of that, okay? And then we're gonna find 2 or 3 exercises in which I choose, as I mentioned before, some typical exercise just to refresh what we covered during the lecture. And you have that material over there. So in here, I include, I think, 2 or 3 exercises. You can see the breakdown of the solution for each one of them. Okay, so go ahead and try to look up this material during these days, okay, before we start the course on Monday, July 15. Also, there is a brief video about how to graph logarithmic functions, and I think that I include also about the exponential functions. You have another document with the more relevant formulas that we normally use in a college algebra course. So that is there. And in here, you will find in college algebra summary, you will find a list of exercises in which I break down the solution for each one of the exercises, and the list of the exercise covers almost everything about collage algebra. So it's a very good summary. So I strongly suggest you guys to review those one. So you will find here, actually, I normally use this as a study guide for the final exam whenever I teach collage algebra. Okay, and well, you have here the questions, and at the end of the document, you will find the solution of those questions. And more than the solutions, the breakdown of the solution in which I explain in detail how to solve each one of the questions. So I strongly suggest to go through this material, because this is going to be a very good review before we start calculus. Okay, especially in those type of exercise, let me show you how to graph a quadratic equation. Okay, well, you have another type of equations here. Let me show you some other exercise here. Let me see if I can find it. Something that I want to comment, that something that you guys are going to use a lot, which is the factoring of polynomial functions. Factoring of polynomial functions is very important. So please review that. We're going to use that in the calculation of limits, in the calculation of derivatives, okay? All over the course of calculus that we have this semester. Let me see if I can find those type of questions over here. You can see, for instance, this one, number 15, you have this polynomial function. Remember how to find the zeros of a polynomial function, and once that you have the zeros, how to make the factoring of the polynomial function. So, how to solve a trinomial, how to factor in a trinomial, how to graph a trinomial function, which is a quadratic function, and try to remember all of that. So this is a very good summary, and please, I encourage you guys to go through that one. At the end, if you have the time, I giving to you this questionnaire. In this questionnaire, I just propose some exercise. So feel free to go through the questionnaire to solve some of the exercise. Of course, I don't have the expectation that you are going to solve all the exercise, but feel free to solve some of them. At least the ones that you feel that you need to make a little bit of practice or exercise a little bit just to refresh and to fit the knowledge that you already have from collage algebra. So when you have that material, you are more than welcome to go through this module. Try to take advantage of this day. You have 3 or 4 days, and among other activities that I would like you to go through over this weekend, this is one that I strongly suggest to you, and is available in D12. On Monday, you're gonna see our first module, which is about limits. Then the week ahead, we're gonna have derivatives, application of derivatives, and the final module, which is gonna be integration. Of course, I hide all those modules. I don't want to get confused, you guys. So we're gonna go step by step. Okay? So if you have any question, please feel free to send me an email, and I will be more than glad to answer to you properly. Okay? Well, thank you.